Hello, welcome to Power Flow Yoga tonight. I hope you've had a good start to your week. Mine's been quite proactive, considering it's the first full day that I feel back to normal from the back spasm I was having last week. One of the fortunate things about being a yoga teacher is that you get to learn the ways of moving out of certain sprains and things like that happen in the body. But anyway, so let's get on with it. If you need a block, go ahead and grab one. Make sure you get that nearby. We will be doing some twists and things like that that would help the block come into utilization. Safety disclaimer, as always, this is a kind of intensive class, and so sometimes people can push themselves too hard. So it's very important that you listen to your body. And you heed it. So you don't just hear that the pain response is coming up, but you actually move away from the position that's causing it. So any type of dull aching sensation, any type of a zapping pain, really any pain at all needs to be 100% avoided. And one of the methods that we avoid that is the first time we do any asana, you go into it 50%, 60%, maybe 80%, but you never go 100%. Kind of ever. You don't want to get yourself all the way to the point that if you go a millimeter deeper, you've now injured yourself. You want to be a few steps away from that. Okay, so make sure you move into these poses mindfully, maybe a bit slowly, and usually, as always, when we go into a pose, we hold it for 4 or 5 breaths before we do the one breath, one movement. During that time, you can really check in and see, how far can I extend that leg? How far can I deepen that twist and still feel very comfortable in my own skin and on my own mat? That's all I have to start. So just come to a seated cross-legged position and we'll get going. So hands on your knees, sitting on a block if you want to feel a bit more elevation. And just start with the breath. Where are you at? It's a simple question, but it takes a bit of unpacking to notice, oh, my ribcage is fallen down. Oh, I showed up in yoga today with these expectations. Oh, I'm still upset that I ate too much earlier today. Whatever it is, just start there and just see what is there. You always want to meet yourself where you're at. So keep breathing through the nose. And then start to invite a bit of longer inhale, maybe a longer exhale. Just very slowly making it better. So even just how we go into the asana is only 50, 60%. It's important that you only come into that mindful breathing 50, 60%. So you're not just jumping in there immediately becoming, the perfect yogi, but instead taking your time, cultivating a deeper breath, and feeling the transition from the shallow breathing that we probably had before into a fuller breathing that we're developing. Good, and we'll do a couple dragon breaths before we start the asanas. Just take one hand and cover up one nostril with the thumb. Inhale the other side. Once you're full, hold your breath, switch the nostril, exhale out the other side. Inhale again from there. Hold, switch, exhale. One more time, each side. Hold, switch, exhale. Last time. Hold, switch, exhale. Good. Bring both hands to your knees. Begin to send the rib cage just slightly up. So imagine this is just coming from the rib cage, not from the low back. Okay, and since we are going to be doing some nice twists today, let's do a couple of seated ones. Just inhale, reach the right hand up. And exhale the right hand on top of the left knee, left hand behind you. And we're going to come into 3 twists. So the first 2 is just a gauge. And the third one is where we're going to hold. Okay, so remember the first one, 50, 60%. Inhale where you are. Exhale, twist. It better be 50%. I know you probably went further. Inhale back forward. Exhale a little bit deeper. Inhale forward. Now exhale, go to what you feel is therapeutic and feels good. Stay with your breath. Stay with the nice, fluid, long inhale. Exhale, releasing. Good. One more full breath. And on the exhale, unwind back to center. Stay there for one breath. Feel the twist. And then inhale the left palm up. Exhaling it down to the right knee. Inhale, keep the chest mostly forward. Exhale, twist 50%. Inhale forward. Exhale a little bit further. Maybe 60, maybe 70. Inhale back forward. Now exhale, go where you need to go. Stay there for a few breaths. Oh, I just felt my back pop. Good. 2 more fuller breaths here. And then inhale, come back to center, both hands on the knees, palms face up this time. If you have an intention that you would like to make, go ahead and make that now. We're going to stay here for 3 more breaths. And with each inhale, feel the spine just stacking slightly higher. And with each exhale, feel that pelvis grounding and rooting down a bit further. Good. Slowly open up your eyes, move a block or anything you've been sitting on, mentally or otherwise. And then come to a child's pose, the back of your mat. Toes touch, knees wide. Take your time coming into it, but go ahead and activate it a little bit. Like get those palms slightly further forward, get the forearms off the mat, splay those fingers out nice and wide, push the palms into the mat, push your hips slightly back, elongate the spine, take a few breaths here. Take note of this position being here for you at any time during tonight's class. If you feel the breath gets labored or the body gets overwhelmed, it's important to know when to take rest. And if you're someone that loves powerful and vinyasa classes, you probably need to learn when to take rest more than most people, and myself included. Take a couple more breaths. On the next inhale, get up to a tabletop position, palms underneath the shoulders, knees hip-width distance apart. And we're coming into a few cat-cows, 50%. So please try to make it 50%. If anything, just to make it known to yourself that you don't have to go to your fullest extension. Inhale, belly drop, shoulders back, look up, cow. Exhale, curl in, chin to chest, cat.
Couple more. Keep going with your breath. Inhale, belly drops. Look up. Shoulder blades want to touch. Exhale, curl in. Chin to chest. Pelvis hugs in towards the belly button. 2 more. Go ahead and open up. Go a bit bigger. One more. Get full. Come into a neutral spine. Stay here for a couple breaths. Okay, and from here, make your way to your first downward dog. Maybe you come through a high plank first if you want. Pedal out the feet if you feel that that's beneficial. You can sway the hips left to right. You can do anything you really want in general, but in the downward dog, just you're trying to move out all the kinks and little tight spots, just getting ready to move around. All right, settle into your downward dog, knees slightly bent, feet hip-width distance apart. Pelvis is neutral. That means there's no arching, no curling in. It's just like a nice long spine. Okay, so we're going to work on, we'll do a couple sun salutations, but we're going to work on three-legged dog coming into a crescent warrior. And we're going to work on trying to get that foot all the way up to the palm by hiking up the hip. That sounds like nonsense to you. Don't worry about it. It'll become clear very quickly. But first, let's get a couple sun salutations A out of the way. Inhale, bend the knees, look forward. Exhale, come to the top, feet together in a forward fold. Inhale, reach all the way up to tall mountain. Equal weight in both the feet, hips forward, kneecaps pull up. Exhale into prayer. Inhale, reach up, tall, and bow. However you want to bow, swan dive, prayer, whatever. Inhale, halfway lift, flatten the spine, stay here. So in a halfway lift, the shoulder blades are kind of coming up and back a bit. It's kind of like you're trying to push your head forward, creating as flat of a spine as possible. It's almost if you could set something on it. Now, a flat spine does not mean a flexed low back. So this is meant to reset your back, reset the spine. So it should feel relatively comfortable. One more inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Maybe pull in. Let's do 2 halfway lifts. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, bow, pull in maybe. Inhale, halfway. This exhale takes you to a high plank. And we're not going to do the chaturanga just yet, so just stay here in high plank for a couple breaths. Engage your core a little bit. Tuck the pelvis in slightly, just to make sure that your low back is very chill. Now imagine that the ground in front of you is like a wall in front of you, and you're standing, pushing the wall away. You should feel a bit of buoyancy. One more inhale. And the exhale transitions you back to downward dog. Okay, let's go through that same sequence. We're not going to do the chaturanga just yet, unless you want to throw it in. Inhale, bend the knees, look forward. Exhale, come to the top, feet together, forward fold. Inhale, reach up to tall mountain. Exhale, prayer. Inhale, reach up. Bow. Inhale, halfway lift. Flat spine. Exhale to a high plank. Stay there. Inhale. Back to downward dog. One more inhale. Sigh it out. All right, so let's work on our crescent warrior downward dog shindig. Just inhale, reach the right leg up to the sky for three-legged dog. Stay there. So on a three-legged dog, it's not about how high that right leg gets. If you think about that, you're probably going to try to stack your right hip on top of the left. We don't want to do that right now. Sometimes we call for it. But right now, you want your pelvis squared straight towards the bottom. Good. Inhale, reach the right heel just slightly higher. Exhale, bend the knee and hike the knee as close as you can to your right elbow. Stay here. And I want you to actually think about like flexing your right hip almost, bringing the right knee a bit higher, as high as you can. It's a power class, so we're working out. Inhale, reach that right leg up, three-legged dog. One more time, hike the right knee to the right elbow. Pick it up, 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 up. The right abs need to engage almost a little bit more. Inhale, right leg up. Now we're going to send it through. Inhale, right leg. The right knee first comes all the way up to right elbow, and then you try to plant your right foot down quietly if possible. Stay here in a runner's lunge. So before we come up, I want you to see the right knee is on top of your right heel. You're pushing into the floor. You're on the toes of the left foot. And then once you feel you have that grounding, then you send your palms forward. Lift yourself up from your feet. You should feel this growing up. Now you're in Crescent Warrior. Whew, I'm already getting winded. Settle in. So, Crescent Warrior, what are we doing? The upper body is like in Tall Mountain, which means that you're trying not to arch the low back too much. Pelvis is squared forward. Both feet are pushing into the mat. So try not to have the weight only on one area or one foot. As is with all warriors, if the arms up becomes too intense, you can always bring them to a prayer position. Good. One more inhale. Exhale, both palms down to the mat. Inhale to a high plank. Try to pick up that right foot. Exhale to a low plank. Hug the elbows by the rib cage. Inhale, up dog. Flip over the feet. Stay here for a couple breaths. So in upward dog, knees are not on the mat. If they are on the mat, you probably need to come into cobra instead. But you know your body. One more inhale. Exhale, flex your abs in your core as you transition to downward dog. Big inhale. Big sigh. It's been a week since I've taught this class and I am ready for it. Inhale, left leg up, left side. Stay here in three-legged dog. Get that left pelvic half down, facing the floor. Try to have more equal weight in both palms. It's technically pretty impossible to do, but if you think about it, you can get both arms mostly straight. Good. Inhale, left heel a bit higher. And you know what we're doing. Exhale, left knee towards the left elbow. Go as far forward as you can, and then hike it up. Think about how can I bring my left knee higher? Can I hug it in higher? Can I engage my left abs? Inhale, left leg up, three-legged dog. Back again. Exhale, left knee to left elbow. You have no idea how hard it is to teach in this position. Stay here. Inhale, left leg up. And send it through left foot to left palm. Hike up the knee first. Plant. Get yourself a nice running lunge position before we come all the way up. So before you come up, if you can, push into the left foot. Hike the left, or engage the left thigh to kind of bring the kneecap back a little bit. And when you got a strong core, strong foundation, you should be able to lift your palms up without causing too much arching in the back. So inhale, palms forward. Push from the feet up. Whew. Exhale, settle in. So transitions are so important, especially, I say that in every class, in a yin class or a vinyasa class. But transitions, they kind of reveal a lot about how we move. Well, but they reveal a lot about how we react. How quickly we're just trying to jump to another position. How quickly we are just moving to the next thing.
And if your transitions are super fast, you'll often forget certain cues. Certain patterns will show up in the body that cause chronic pain and tension later on. So sometimes we really have to break it down, slow it down. Remember, pelvis forward, taking the arch out of the lower back. If you have to bend the back leg, do so. Good. One more inhale. Exhale, both palms down. Inhale to your high plank. Try to lift up that left foot first. Exhale to your low plank. Inhale, up dog. And downward dog. Very good. Inhale. Exhale, side out. Okay, we're going to do crescent warrior on each side 2 times each. And we're chaturanga on the way out. Now on the chaturanga, if you want to float the leg that came back, do so. If that's weird, it'll become clear. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, right foot, right palm. Hike up that knee. Plant. Inhale, engage the floor as you come up. Exhale, both palms right back down. Inhale, right leg goes back, chaturanga. Exhale, low plank. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, back into downward dog. One side. Left side, inhale, left leg lift. Exhale, left foot, left palm, hike up that knee. Ground the floor, inhale, reach up. Exhale, right back down. Inhale, left leg back, high plank, float the left leg. Exhale, low plank. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, back into downward dog. Immediately just go right to the next side. Inhale, right leg up. Right foot, right palm. Hike up the knee. Inhale, reach up. Root those feet down. Exhale, come right back down. Inhale, float the right leg into high plank. Exhale, low plank. Inhale, up dog. And exhale, downward dog. Inhale, left leg, keep going. Exhale, left foot, left palm. Inhale, reach forward and up. Exhale, right back down. Inhale, high plank, float the left leg. Exhale, low plank. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Big inhale. Big side out. Good. Inhale, bend both knees, look forward. Exhale, walk or jump to the top, feet together. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, standing prayer. Still moving. Inhale, reach up and bow. Inhale, halfway. Exhale all the way to a low plank this time, so proper chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, back into a downward dog. All right, inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, right foot, right palm, hike up that knee. Good. Now just inhale your right palm, twist up towards the ceiling. Stay here. So take a look at your feet. Make sure that they're in a runner's lunge. Nothing changed about them. That right foot is grounding to the floor. You're kind of pushing the ball a bit into the floor. You should feel your right glute getting a little stretch / flex. And then we're going to move from here into an open arm twist towards the right. So power up through the core, power up through the legs, and push into the floor as you lift and reach higher and open up your arms. Ooh, almost fell towards the right. Stay there. Good. Keep that breath. Bend the left knee if you need to. Don't force the twist. Remember, you're not at 100%, only 90, maybe 80. You should be able to twist further, but you're not going to. One more inhale. Exhale the left palm down, right palm back up. One more inhale. Exhale, right palm down. Inhale, high plank. Hike up the knee. Exhale, low plank. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Whew. Big inhale. Side out. Left side, moving on. Inhale. Exhale, left foot, left palm. Inhale, left palm reaches. Twist. Take a look at your feet. Make sure they're all in the same spot. So it really depends on what discipline you work under. Some disciplines work on the feet up versus in some disciplines it's the core out. I would recommend doing the feet up for now, which means that you stabilize your feet on the floor first. So if you have to come out of your twist a bit to keep that runner's lunge, do so. Now engage the core, push your feet into the floor, and you feel that buoyancy come up to an open arm twist. Whew. Good. This is big for me. Okay, keep breathing. Ujjayi breath would be really nice here. That oceanic quality as you exhale, like you're fogging up a mirror. Good, one more inhale. Exhale the right palm down, left arm up. One inhale. Exhale, left palm down. Inhale to your high plank. Exhale to your low plank. Inhale to your up dog. And down dog. Good, one more inhale. Big sigh out. Good, inhale, bend both knees, look forward. Exhale, hop to the top, feet together. Inhale, reach up to tall mountain. And settle into standing prayer. Good, and from here, we're gonna come into standing figure 4 through a staff. So inhale, reach both palms up, and the left knee is gonna come straight up. Stay there. So this is just like tall mountain, just the knees up. One more inhale. Exhale, hands to prayer, left ankle on top of the right thigh. Ooh. Slowly. It's kind of like a chair pose. Make sure that the core is engaged, pelvis is slightly tucked forward so you're not overextending the low back. Couple more breaths. Good. Come back to standing staff. Palms up, knee up. And then exhale, hold on to your left knee. Okay. And what we're now going to do is you're going to keep the left hand on the left knee. Send your right hand straight out to the right. Send the left knee out to the left. If you can grab the foot and straighten the left leg, go right ahead. I'm not feeling that stability right now, so I'm not going to go for it myself. Maybe I am. Oh, there it is. One more breath. Inhale to tall mountain. Whoo. Exhale to standing prayer. Pause here. So notice what happened when both feet and the left foot came down. Weight got transferred from the right to equalize in both feet. So you kind of felt that relief. But there's still a bit of residual connection with the right foot into the ground. Nothing special about it. It's just teaching you or that awareness of our connection with gravity, the skeletal system, and the floor. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bow. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, chaturanga, low plank. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, back into downward dog. Big inhale. Sigh it out. All right, second side. Inhale, bend the knees, look forward. Exhale, hop to the top, feet together. Inhale, reach up to tall mountain. Exhale, back into prayer. And then come into standing staff with the right knee up. So inhale, reach both palms, right knee up. Stay here. So in standing staff, you can pretend like you're almost stepping on something with the right foot. So you can make the right foot nice and flat if that's better for you. Some people can straighten their leg out and stay there if you want. Now we're going to transition to standing figure 4. So inhale. Exhale, right ankle on top of left thigh. Both hands come to prayer. Sit the hips further back. Take the arch out of the low spine. Focus on the weight transferring through the system down to the floor. And the floor is meeting it, pushing back, creating this lovely connection between the foot and the ground. Inhale, back up to standing staff. Exhale, both hands wrap around the right knee. We're almost out of this. Take the left palm to the left, right knee out to the right. If you want to grab the right foot by the pinky toe side edge or holding on to the big toe, woo, almost fell. Go right ahead. I think I'm going to give it a shot. Good. One more inhale. And then exhale, both feet to the ground. Inhale, the palms reach up, tall mountain. And then exhale into standing prayer. Take 2 breaths here. Good. Let's move. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bow. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, back into downward dog. Big inhale. And a sigh. All right, so we're going to do a more traditional vinyasa sequence here. If you've come to the other classes, you'll be familiar with it. If not, just follow along. It's not too difficult. Inhale, reach the right leg up. Exhale, right foot, right palm. Make your way into your crescent warrior. Inhale, palms forward up. And then open up and do warrior 2. Flip over the right palm. Inhale, reach the right palm up. Reverse warrior. Exhale, right palm down to the floor. Left palm up. Big inhale here. Exhale, left palm down. Come onto the toes of the left foot. Inhale, the right palm up. Now for your twist. Exhale, the right palm down. And come to side plank. So the right leg comes back. Right palm comes up. Stay here for a few breaths. Now from here, we're going to transition to a low plank. So inhale where you are. Exhale to a low plank. Inhale, up dog. And back to down dog. Inhale. Sigh it out. Keep moving, left side. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, left foot, left palm. Inhale, crescent. Exhale, open up into warrior 2. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, left palm down, right palm up. Big inhale. Exhale, right palm down. Come onto the toes of the right foot. Inhale, left palm opens up for your twist. Exhale, left palm down. Left leg back. Side plank on the right hand side. Left hand reaches. Stay here for a few breaths. Engage your core. Know where we're transitioning to. Inhale. Exhale to your low plank. Inhale, up dog. And back to down dog. Big inhale. Side out. Big inhale, bend the knees, look forward. Exhale, jump to the top, feet together. And then just sit back onto the ground. Feet in front. Okay, so we're coming into our boat pose. And we're gonna come in and out of high boat and low boat. The position of the legs is where you feel like you need them. So let's come into it together. Palms forward. Bring the legs together, knees to touch. And when you're ready, lean slightly back. Pick up the thighs. Or sorry, the shins. Get them parallel with the floor first. So stay in this boat. Initially, get those knees together. Get those palms reaching forward and slightly up. Rib cage feels like it's being pulled up, kind of from the sternum area. If you want to straighten the legs, you can do so. Or you can keep the knees bent. But on an exhale, we're going to come down to low plank, then inhale, or to low boat, and then inhale to high boat. So inhale where you are. Exhale, low boat. Inhale up. Exhale low. Inhale up. Exhale low. How slow can you go? Inhale up. Exhale low. Use the core. Inhale up. Exhale low. You can bring the knees even closer in. Inhale up. Exhale low. Last time. Inhale up. Exhale low. Stay there. And fully surrender down. Very good, very good. Bring both feet to the mat, bend the knees. And let's come into bridge pose. So push both feet into the floor first, and then I want you to flatten your low back to the mat and try to articulate the spine up. So you're very slowly lifting your pelvis off the floor as your hips come up one vertebra at a time along the spine. Once you're all the way, let those glutes engage, those feet flatten. You can stay here, or you can interlace the fingers underneath you, shimmy the shoulders underneath, push up further. Sense your pelvis and sense your glutes and your feet. Does everything feel like it's working in unison? Oftentimes, one glute or one leg will feel much stronger than the other. Try to even it out a bit. So for me, I have to actually push into my right foot a little bit more, and I have to engage my right glute a little bit more because it's a bit lazy. Let the rib cage lift a bit higher. Good. Release the fingers, release the shoulders. Keep your pelvis as high as it can be. And then very slowly, with your abs engaged, curl down to the mat, one vertebrae at a time. Melting, elongating spine. Whew. Good. Stay here with the long back. Good. Interlace your fingers around the right knee. Hug it in. Send the left leg towards the ceiling. Flex the left heel like you're trying to kick the ceiling. And then very slowly, bring your left leg down to the floor. Take several breaths to do it. And keep that left heel kicking. Keep that left leg very straight and strong. Kick, kick, kick. Go so slow, you haven't touched the ground yet. And then when you touch, keep kicking. Then release the strength of the left leg and guide the right knee across the body towards the left. Turn your head towards the right. Reach the right hand towards the right for your twist. Actually, that sounds good. Let's go ahead and do a hum on each side. So if you haven't done a hum, what they do is they just kind of send this nice little vibration throughout the body. They help slow down the breath. Let's just do it together. Inhale through the nose. Good. Roll on to the back. Hug the right knee into the chest. Now send the right knee towards the right armpit. So it's just slightly towards the right. Try to hug it in. Make some circles with the ankle. Go the other direction. And then slowly switch legs. So first the right foot comes to the floor. Then you pick the left knee in, hug it in. Then send the right leg straight towards the ceiling. Flex the right heel. Straighten that right leg nice and strong. Keep that left knee hugged into the chest as you very slowly bring the right leg down. Several breaths. The closer you get to the floor, the slower you go. And even when the heel touches, I want you to keep that right leg flexed and kicking. Try to let your low back relax. Release the muscle of the right leg. Guide the left knee across the body towards the right. Send the left palm to the left for your twist. And we'll do one hum here. Inhale through the nose. Good. Big inhale. Sigh it out. Slowly roll back to the mat. Bring both feet to the mat, knees bent. Good. And we'll do a few arch and flattens before we come into Shavasana. So just inhale, flex your low back, tilt the pelvis away from you. Feel the chin naturally move towards the chest. Exhale, just release your low back very slowly. So you just relax the muscles. And then you engage the abs just a tiny bit and flatten the low back without turning on your back. And then release all that. Same thing, inhale, arch, tilt the pelvis away. Exhale, release the low back. Then turn on the abs to flatten the low back. Repeat that one more time. Inhale, arch. Exhale, very slowly releasing the low back. Engage the abs, flatten the low back. And then from there, send the legs nice and long. Take a few breaths in Shavasana. Become greedy with gravity. Imagine that you're kind of like a stick of ice standing upright on a counter that's just slowly melting in all directions. Can you sense every part, every skin, every cell that's touching the floor? Getting enraptured by the feeling of weight. If you had an intention at the beginning of class, now would be a great time to revisit it. See if you feel any different. Slowly wiggle your fingers and toes. You can stay in Shavasana if you'd like, or move out with me. Inhale, reach your palms up. And as you exhale them behind you, just feel your rib cage kind of reaching back as well. And then slowly come into a laying fetal position on whatever side that you feel like. Knees bent. Take one breath of appreciation for the ground. One breath of appreciation for yourself for going through a practice. And then one breath of appreciation for anything else that you feel needs it. And then if you can, keep your eyes closed and make your way up to a cross-legged seated position. Nice and lazily. Good. Bring the hands to prayer. Comfortably tall spine. Thumbs pressed against the sternum. And just observe how different the body feels, how different the mind might feel. And inhale for a collective sigh. Sigh it out. Inhale your thumbs up to your third eye. Let your chest rise comfortably. And exhale, bow. Namaste. Slowly come up. Okay. Thank you very much for coming to the Power Flow yoga class. Couple little ending notes. Oftentimes when people come through a three-legged dog where the leg is up and downward dog, and then they transition to a crescent where they bring the leg through to the palm. That can be very much of a challenge for many people. Usually they have to take a couple steps to get to the crescent lunge or to the runner's lunge. That's okay. But oftentimes the people are trying to get more into it with just the swinging motion. They're just going to send that leg as fast as they can and try to see if they can jerk it in there. And that could work, but it's not going to teach the body how to deal with it. So when you go from a three-legged dog to the hiking the knee up to the elbow, it's a much better strengthener and mobility movement to try to get the knee higher up so you can actually plant the foot. And it's not something that'll come quickly. It'll take time if it's not available to you right now. I don't think I was able to do it for the first year that I was practicing yoga. Another thing I wanted to share is sitting upright. So when we sit cross-legged and we're going to comfortably sit upright, it's hard for a lot of us to know what that means. You'll see a lot of arching the back and the rib cage flaring. So one nice little method is to sit cross-legged and get up to a wall. And you just try to get your low back pretty close to the wall and just notice what the hell happens. Oftentimes you'll feel a big space in the low back. You'll feel that the rib cage might be way over here or way forward. In fact, if I come to the side, you could probably actually see it. Like you can see my head's forward as well because I'm a rib cage collapser. This is from grad school and most of school, you know. So you can get to a wall and you can sit cross-legged, and then you want to try to get your low back close. Don't force it. And then you want to try to just move your rib cage back, but without having your low back come into play. So you'd get to the wall and then kind of just bring your rib cage a bit comfortably up and seeing how that feels. But you don't want to force it. Oftentimes when people go to a wall, they try to like really just force everything to happen. That's really just a matter of gauging where your spine is and where your curves are. That's all that I have. Next classes are tomorrow. There is kids yoga. There is restorative yoga. And if you like coming to PowerFlow, I highly recommend trying one of the restorative classes. It's more therapeutic. It's more about somatic movement and really tapping in to that calm space. And as always, these are all donation-based classes. If you'd like to donate, that's great. If you can't, that's okay too. You can always share the website with people that you genuinely think would enjoy it. And lastly, if you are in the Westport area, I'm going to start doing some outdoor Qigong classes with some yoga, of course, weather depending, wind depending, space depending. It is Mayo. So if you want to be a part of that, they'll be completely free. There's not going to even be donations asked. They're just getting outside and having some nice practice. Then get a hold of me by sending an email or on the Facebook page, and I'll put you on a WhatsApp group. And because it's weather dependent, so there might only be like a 4-hour heads up of like, hey, Qigong outside at Bertra or something like that. So that's all. Thank you very much for coming. So sweaty behind my kneecaps.